Welcome to Real Talk with Pastor King, but unfortunately he's not here today. Our condolences go out to their family.
To their family.
We
Man,
love and miss y'all. I'm Alondro Spencer. Today I'm here with Brother Chris.
Chris Morris, man, straight out of California, man. And I look at it like this, man. I ain't never been to a city like this. You ready?
So Brother Chris,
What's good?
he's we're gonna give him a little backstory on you.
Okay, I'm like
He's fresh out of California, but he came to Omaha.
around 2004.
Go ahead and give him the spiel.
Yeah, I came out here in 2004, and it was different. You know what I'm saying? The first time I came through here, it was like, is there any black people out here in Omaha? And like I said, everybody that knows Omaha, they got it out of the movie Belly. So when we used to say in California, is that the illest nigga from Nebraska? So we used to use that as a trademark, and then finally found out we going to Nebraska. So we come up here, we thinking it's just corn and all that. And then you come to the north side, and you say, "Oh man, I ain't never seen this one either." Because I coming from all different kind of cultures. So you see black people, and then you see white people, and you see more black people, and then you see more white people. I'm like, "Oh man, where we at?" I guess Omaha is where it's at. Then as the years go on, I've been just down here. My first little neighborhood I went through, it was on 26th and Lake, 26th and Maple. So 2004, how I first got introduced to the neighborhood, we walking into the house and somebody just started shooting down the street, just right in front of the house. I'm like, man, where we at? I thought we just left the ghetto to come to another ghetto. But I can say one thing: the neighborhood showed a lot of love just being me from not being out there, and then I got introduced to the Hope Center, and then introduced to the neighborhood. It's a little different from where I'm from. There's not a lot of gang, but it's a lot of neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? So, but it was all love. Uh, Went to the Hope Center, fell in love with the Hope Center, fell in love with the city because it was slow paced. It's not fast. There's not a lot of politicking. So, just learning a lot of stuff about the Lord at the same time. And then as I learned the Hope Center, I never understand how big is the outreach was. You know what I'm saying? Just how they got a lot of people in the area just helping people and stuff. So I got introduced to Ty, and Ty was like, he had a big dream, and you could see his dream, and through the Hope Center, he just wanted to keep on growing. So I met Ty, and I met King, and I met a lot of people who was staffed at the Hope Center, and they motivated me just to keep it better because they had everything that you need in that one building. So I was like, kind of coming from California, you don't see that. It's after school programs, and you in the neighbor. You know what I'm saying? That's really it. So when just kept on being consistent, going to the Hope Center, got my first job at the Hope Center, and just been good ever since then. Ever since then, I got older. Went back home. California is not where it's at, but I love it. Then I came back. Then I left. Came back. Then I came back my last time when I was hitting 30, and I finally got an opportunity to have a daughter. And I've been out here for 7 more years. I say it's no difference from Netflix, man. Every trial and tribulation you going through your life is just a different season, but you just gotta make sure you keep them episodes coming in and just stay grounded. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. You got to repeat that.
Man, I say it's no difference from Netflix, man. Every day you go into your day to day, it's no difference from the season that you walk into. You watching Netflix, and you control your seasons, and as you going through your season, sometimes it can be a bad season, but everybody's tuning in. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something to watch as you live in your life, and you going. But there's a lot of positive stuff out here, but it's just like it can be treacherous in a way too.
I've got two questions for you.
Yeah.
What led you to Omaha, and then when you got here, what led you to the Hope Center?
Like what? Well, I'm like, man, I was like, I think I was 16. And I'm from Sacramento, so I was on Franklin, not too far from the Oak Park. You know what I'm saying? and it was crazy because when I didn't think of Omaha, one of the guys that's from out here, he said, "Man, Omaha is cool. It's slow. It ain't a lot of gangs out here." So we sitting in front of the neighborhood. He called. He give me the phone to his sister. He said, "Man, Omaha is cool. They coming from East Palo Alto, so I know the Bay crazy. So they coming. They going to Omaha." But I started realizing and doing my history on Omaha. Omaha is cool because a lot of people got to come through here. So and then he like, oh, the next thing you know, my sister telling me, "Hey, we moving to Omaha." I'm like, "What?" I'm not going. I'm up here. I'm about to turn 18. I ain't about to do nothing. He said, "You gotta go." So we drove from Sacramento all the way to Omaha, Nebraska. When we first pushed in the building, the city, we went down Ames, and Ames wasn't like it is today. Ames in 2004, it was really what it is. You know what I mean? So just giving a little example from where I come from to come down here to see it, it was trippy. And then as I was coming down here, and we started learning the neighborhood, started learning the people, and then like I said, I landed on 26th and Maple, and just hanging around the neighborhood, talking to the people, and everybody was like, they was basketball players and stuff, so they was balling out there. So they like, "Hey, go to the Hope Center," and then my people was like, "Hey, we gonna sign you up for the Hope." So I signed up there, man. Me, little teenager with a do rag on, with the hat on, and then seeing the culture of Omaha and just seeing the people. And like I said, I ain't never been around so many black people in my life. I know that's gonna sound weird, but I'm coming from all different races, from Tongan, Samoans, Koreans, Chinese, Japanese. All I'm like, I grew up with Hindus and stuff, so it's like coming out here and just seeing one race. It's confusing because I'm not used to it. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like it's hard to get used to it, but you adapt to it because since you realize it's not that many races and not that lot of politics, and there's not a lot going on because people can stay to themselves, but you got to really figure out how to manage out here and understand it's not what you used to. You're not used to having what you have. So, and then when I came to the Hope Center, it was just it was just like I loved it how they had all the opportunities you can have in one building. Like every time a volunteer come in, I'm trying to see what they want, see what they about, see what they can help me with. You know what I'm saying? So I learned so much from the Hope Center in Omaha because I don't think California would have gave me that same love aging out of the system. So it was a blessing to be somewhere out here. Plus, it's not like I said, there's not a lot of politics and not a lot of stuff that I had to used to go through. It was really smooth. You stay out the way, be in the way. So that's one of them.
See, honestly, you do give me a lot of insight and different perspective. Like me being from the city, Omaha, that is. I wouldn't think an outsider would come and be like, "Man, I didn't expect to see." I know you don't expect to see so many black people, but to be uncomfortable because of so many black people.
And yeah, like I said, one thing about out there in California, man, like my Samoans and my Tongans and my Islanders, man, they taught me so much growing up with them. It's all about family. And same thing with the Koreans and the Chinese. It's family. Or same thing with the Hindus and everything. It's family orientated. You gonna marry into the culture, and that's what it is. But it's like a blown pot out there. So you got a bunch of people, different races mixing in. So out here is just if you're gonna go to if you're gonna see any Hispanic, you got to go to the South Side. If you want
It's more black
to,
and white
yeah,
out here.
it's no difference from the compass, man. You gotta understand, man. North, south, west. It's like everybody got their place. California, you gonna be next door to everybody you believe in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's cool. I'm like it's different. You know what I mean? But I'm saying it's not hard to adapt though. That's one thing. Now California, you're gonna have to figure out how to wiggle. Because if you don't wiggle the right, you will you will feel it. You know what I'm talking about?
So, which one do you think is more beneficial for a kid? Like growing up around all different type of people, or just growing up around your people?
I think it's real good to grow around with different cultures so you understand
Mhm.
the morals of family and understanding of brotherhood and understanding of love. If you grow up with a lot of people in the same area, it's no difference. What they say out here is like a crab in a bucket. Somebody's gonna try to pull you down. And I was coming out here, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people wasn't really happy with their city because so many people was trying to pull them down. Ain't nobody was trying to lift them up. It's like you got North Omaha and y'all represent that tight, but it's like when you look at North Omaha, what they doing?
Crabs in a barrel.
Man, it's like there ain't no business out there. When I first came out here, I thought it was like the South. I walk into the gas station, I see black people. I walk into McDonald's, I see black people. Yeah, I'm from California, so you see Hispanics, white, Hindus, and all that. So even when it comes to, it was nobody, no, it was all black. And even on Ames, it was black owned gas stations and all that stuff. So as time goes on, as I left and coming back, I can see my city coming through this city and taking all the businesses and making it seem like no black people was out here. And they was selling so quick. So, and then maybe they didn't realize it or understand what the person was coming in. It's like, it's always good to have your own business. But don't get it twisted. It's still black owners out here. They still represent the North Omaha and they standing tall through it, represent all businesses and stuff. So yeah, it's it's different. But I'd rather see if the young kids had an opportunity to grow around other cultures, then they will understand their history when it comes to different races. Right now, if you grew up with just black and white, that's all you know. If you grow up with somebody that's Tongan or Samoan or black or Asian or Korean, and you're gonna learn their house morals and you're gonna learn what they stand on.
Family structure.
Family structure. And a lot of people, they might not have family structure, but I can say one thing. When I was out here, the neighborhood I was in, they showed a lot of love, and I can see a lot more than they can see because it's slow. So I was always wiggling out the way because I wasn't on it. You know what I'm saying? So if they was on it, plus it was all led by God in the neighborhood, and a lot of people don't lead by God in California. They lead by let's get out it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the Hope Center was impacting the neighborhood because I never seen no neighborhood really just give it to God no matter what. And even in that time, we really didn't have no no downfall in the neighborhood. Everybody was still living, doing what they doing. As I learned my first loss in the neighborhood, me growing up with a young man that hurt my heart so much. Just I knew the story, and I just seen him like not too long ago, and then I heard he was gone. That hurt my heart so much. I had to go back home and just get away for a little bit because like how they handled it was the wrong way. But it's all love, and I just you know I just wish it could have been different because like I think for me and all my partners, we miss him. You know what I'm saying? We gonna just try to keep everything in his name living up. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I lost a lot of partners in California too, so it's a little different than when you out here in a small town and you grew and it's like it's really compact and you grew up when you never knew somebody. Like I said, death is all around you, but when it's in front of you, sometimes you're not prepared. So you gotta really understand and be ready for it because it can come anywhere.
So I got two pushbacks for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Number one is your fault. California did this to us.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It got us on this gang time.
And like I said, it's different because, like I said, even with me, I'm neutral. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no crippin', no blood in me, man. I grew up with a lot of players from the Himalayas, man. And like I said, I got a lot of my game from the Oakland and the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? And Sacramento was one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the biggest person I looked up when I was there was Mac Dre at the time I was there. So Mac Mac was just he gave the city an opportunity to do a lot of stuff when it comes to the hyphy movement and you know what I'm saying, he was cooling, you know what I'm saying? So just having that vibe out there and just, doing and just having fun as a young one and, doing whatever we can and getting out, staying out the way from the gangs. Because at the same time, you don't have to be a gang member to get into the mess, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just got to stay out the way. If you stay out the way, you surviving in the way. But it's like I said, man, they say California, man, we call it California, man, because if you up there, if you up there acting a fool, they gonna fool you real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? It's different, you know what I'm saying? So when you come up here and you talk to people up here, it's a little different. They saying hello, they saying goodbye, and they saying have a good day and all that. You know, and California ain't gonna do that. They're gonna keep on pushing. And for having that kind of, and then just having genuine people just trying to help you and stuff. So it's like it's different now. I don't know nothing about the Crips and Bloods out here, but it's like it's gangland out there in Cali right now. So you just gotta make sure you keep your head on the swivel and you make sure you stay out the way. If you stay out the way, you gonna mind your business, man. And that's all it is. California is beautiful. Don't get it twisted. It's beautiful. Like I said, if you out there to vacate, vacate. But don't go out there trying to think you playing something because the same attitude you might have out here, some people don't play out there. They don't play, and I understand y'all got influence from California doing that and all that, but even in that, I had OGs that would pull my coat here if I was doing something wrong, and even if I wasn't with the gang, they were still holding me accountable on, holding myself up. You know what I'm saying, standing tall on it. So out here, it was a lot of young men looking for answers in young men. And even on top of that, they had people that's pouring into them and giving them God understandings and everything. Ain't nobody doing that in California, man. After school programs, or if you ain't in after school program, or you ain't staying after school, you in the neighborhood. I didn't really see a lot of Ys in Sacramento. Like I said, I was in a Visa or a CB circle, and we had like maybe the little program in the middle of the building, in the middle of the thing, but anything else we in the streets, you know what I'm saying, all day, every day, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you gotta survive out there in a way, but it's like when you come out here, you got opportunities to, answer your dreams, and if you got a goal, you can follow it. So it was dope.
So what I would have to say about that, number one, sir, you was on the Deuce on Maple, so you know about Crips and Bloods out here.
See, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm saying I grew up in a blood territory. You know what I'm saying? Franklin and Oak Park, man. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of Mandeville, a little bit of Mac Road. You know what I'm saying? I don't just represent Sacramento. I represent the whole California. Every team that's California got is California, California, California. Why? I love my city. You know what I mean? My city made me who I am today. And especially when you come into different cities, California help you, how to adapt. And you know what I'm saying? And then when you adapting, you know what I'm saying, you have opportunity to change it. Because if you adapt, you start blending into your area. So when I came out here to Omaha, I started finding ways to change and do little things different. Because if you on that always on the swivel, and then first thing California, where you from? Out here it ain't where you from out here. It's like where you at? And it's really neighborhood. It's not really Crip and Blood out here. They can say it is, but it's neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like 26th and Maple, you know what I'm saying? 24th and Maple, 24th and Lake, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's all that 16th over there by the Hope Center, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't from the gang, but I lived in the area, and the people that I was around, they showed me love and they showed me brotherhood as I start growing up and more understanding it. It's different from where we come from. So the Deuce was crazy, I got introduced to Omaha Day. I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna tell you straight up, Omaha is not a worse place to play with. They say when I was out here, they said, Omaha will blast you. You know what I'm talking about? I was like,
Omaha and the Black.
yo, Omaha will blast you. To a point it's like this, I'm like, what is y'all talking about? Then I'll start seeing, all the bodies dropping. You know what I'm talking about? So it's like, yeah, Omaha ain't no joke, man. It's no different from if it's a small box and there's a bunch of people in it. Somebody gonna rub shoulders and they gonna like it, man, and they gonna get on your helmet, man. So it's like you just make sure you know how to stay out of it. Like I said, I come from a city of gang. So when you come to another city of gang, you know how to wiggle because it ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, when I grew up, man, I grew up with a lot of Mexicans and a lot of Tongan Samoans and stuff. So when the pen is going through it, we going through it too. You know what I'm saying? Like schools, man, you talking about a riot, man? We got schools, man. People want to fade all the time. If you from California, back from the '90s, nines and the 2000s, man, we catching fades every day, man. Like I said, it play politics is no joke out in California. If the pen feel it, if the pen is feeling it, and somebody's moving some kind of way, they gonna get on it. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, it's like it's gangland. So they gonna get on your shirt real quick because it's just what it is. You don't gotta be in it. You know what I'm saying? It's just, hey, we gotta lace our boots up and get in there, and that's where it comes into it. Because not just black people, it's Chongans, Samoans, Northers. You know what I'm saying? And they all stand up on. They all gonna stand with you if they going through it with another person, you know, or another somebody. You know what I mean? Because it's treacherous out here from Sacramento to Bakersfield to Modesto to Oakland to Alameda to Stockton. Come on now, you know it's gonna be gangland all day, but it's like out here is different because it's like it's neighborhood and you got good buildings and good people out here, and it's like it's still funky out here, but it's like you just gotta stay out of the way, man.
For sure. So you said earlier, you said about even the homies here, they was had an element of God to them.
Yeah, I ain't never seen them before. When I remember one day we was sitting in the neighborhood and we was in the basement and everything, and they was praying. And but I gotta say one thing about it like this. I wasn't familiar with no prayer, man. Ain't no prayer out there.
So was the Hope Center your introduction to God?
Yeah, because at the same time, you gotta understand in California, man, a pastor is recovering from from their days and stuff. So it's like, you don't know who to believe and how to believe them. You know what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying, they so slick in talking. And when I came out here, I really genuinely seen real pastors that really was mentoring other people and trying to get the God spirit in them and just trying to show them how God love is. And when I seen that, it's like, okay, that's amazing to a point. It's like, I don't believe in all that falling out and everything. I don't know what they doing, but I seen gangsters fall out. I'm like, is y'all playing with this, man? And then when I finally felt the Holy Ghost, then I knew it was time. And it was so crazy. I was getting into an apartment building, and I prayed, and one of the volunteers asked me, he said, ask God to come into your life. So when he came into my life, I talked about, I felt every present that he gave me. And then they wanted the apartment renting at 400. We talked them down to 250. I'm like, that's so crazy. Yeah.
So if you had a message for the youth, what would it be?
What would be for the youth? Um, right now, focus on the train, and the train don't gotta be too much or nothing. But the same thing we doing right now. Invest into yourself, and as you invest in yourself and be consistent, you can go a long way in it. Right now, we have a bunch of opportunities to get money in a positive way instead of a negative way. So take that, and run with it. Cause if I had the opportunity to do it all over again, I'll run it up in all ways because it's not hard and stay consistent. Cause right now, it's it's um it's a lot more. It's a lot more going on today than it was before, and I feel like the young ones, they only going off what they see and and what they feel. And like I said, it's another topic for that one. But it's like if it's not a father in the house, or it's not a role model, or it's not somebody that's gonna hold you accountable. Like I said, ain't no big homies in California is gonna let you crash out. They gonna get on your helmet and let you know, hey, this is the way to go. You don't lead off emotions. You lead off understanding. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't understand what you're doing, ask somebody. You know what I'm saying? Don't just do what you think is right, or because you seeing somebody else do it. Like and like I said, a lot of these little youngsters don't realize they tricking off their life to a point. Going to jail is not where it's at. Going to jail is not where it's at. I say, if you love women, the only way you're gonna love more women is staying free. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to work with somebody out here, and I think his name was Apprentice, and he said when I first came out, he said handcuff free. And I just went piggyback on it, like handcuff free, sucker free, and sugar free. If you stay all three of them, then you be free. You know what I'm saying? That's all it be. And you don't have to be a big man and be trying to, you don't have to you don't have to be all big and trying to get your point across or none of that. It's just like it's not that deep. You know what I'm saying? So believe what you think you can believe in as you're doing it. Focus on your dreams. Like I said, follow your dreams too at the same time. It's more than what you can do. And if you're going through something, talk to somebody.
Yeah, that's the biggest difference I noticed from how you explain California. You keep saying big homie, and then here it's like it's the blind leading the blind because it's
Mm.
kids teaching kids.
hmm
Like our older homie might be the same age as us or a year or two older, so he really don't have no guidance neither. But man, we got 1 minute left. Because what I wanted to say is, when you came to Omaha, how many of them guys that you met had a father?
Not a lot of them. Some of them did, but not a lot of them. There's a lot of fatherless kids out there, and it's like that's everywhere in the world. But it's a lot of fatherless kids, and since you don't have a father, you adapted to your brothers and stuff. So you start looking at your brothers as your peoples, and then just mostly, confiding in them and looking at them. I had brothers in Cali, you know what I'm saying? And I lost a couple of them to come out here to lose a couple of people that I grew up with. And right now, I can say the people I grew up with out here, yeah, they my same age. I grew up with I was around people 77, 55, grown folks. I wasn't playing with no kids. I was playing with grown folks.
20 seconds left.
And I feel
I love this conversation, but we're gonna have to pick back up on it next week. This is Real Talk with Milagro
and Chris.
All right, y'all have a good one.